Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to tell you how to do the Merlin trials. Now, you probably noticed them by now all over the map. It'll be the leaf icon. And of course, it'll be a little platform, a circle of platform on the ground that also has that icon too once you get up to it. So these are actually very easy. At first, they seem confusing, and you're probably going to get a lot of aha moments like, oh crap, I should have known that. And that makes sense because some of the things you got to do is kind of hidden. But once you do it, you're going to see, like I said, it's very, very easy to do. There is 9 variations of them and 95 total throughout the whole map. So there's 9 different times, different ways you have to do them, but they're just varied throughout the map as you go. So as we're getting into the video, at any point if this video helps you out, I definitely would appreciate a like on the video. It helps out the channel more, you know. And if you're new here and you want to get more Hogwarts Legacy content, go ahead and hit the sub button and bell notification. You'll get directed back over here anytime I post a video. So let's get to the very first one. Now, to even activate the trials, you do need to drop some Malice on top of them. You can purchase them from one of the shops over in Hogsmeade. Or if you already got far enough into the game, you have your room of requirement, you could grow them as well. They're pretty cheap. I think they're just, about 100 gold each time you buy them, and you get multiples for them. So they're pretty cheap. You could easily get that in games if you haven't got to the point to where you could grow them yet. But you see, you're going to be prompted to go ahead and activate it. Now, specifically on this one, and you'll need it probably for all of them anyway, you need to use Revelio to kind of see what you're working with, whether it's going to be the balls you have to blow up, or on this one here, you can see these rocks you got to explode. It just depends. They'll highlight blue. You'll know to do that. And then also too, for any of the ones you see where you blow up stuff, you're going to have to have the spell Unforgiveable, and that's going to make it to where, one, you can actually set things on fire, but also you're going to blow things up. So those are probably ones you need. If not, go through your perks and see whatever you have that's kind of close to it. Something that'll explode something or set it on fire from any of those. But basically on this one, you just have to blow up all the rocks. Kind of like idols, whatever the crap they are, but you just got to blow those up. Honestly, do Revelio around and make sure you get all of them and blow them all up, and that is literally it for the trial. It's very, very easy. None of these are really ever hard to find. They're always in the area. Now, the next one is super easy as too. All of them are actually, but this one you're going to activate, and it's kind of just like a parkour type thing. There either be kind of like laddered steps like this, or honestly, it'll just be like Stonehenge type things you got to jump across. As long as you don't fall off, you have to jump across all of them starting at one point and not fall off, and you'll see the vines overtake them in each one you do, and that'll fix and finish up all the ones that are coming across that way. Now, the next one will require a special spell. If you don't have it yet, you can't do these, but you're going to need Reparo, and that's where you go around and you're going to reveal any of the statues that are broken down and smashed, and you just go back up to them and rebuild them with that spell. Super easy, and that'll finish up any of the ones that show up like that. Next one, if you use a spell, Confrigo, just basically blow up all these concrete balls. Sometimes you have to travel a little ways. If you can't find one that's kind of, hanging around, if you have a broom yet in the game, jump in your broom and just reveal from your broom and you'll find it. Very, very easy. All these are easy after you kind of see how you need to do them. Now, this one can be a little difficult depending on the location. There's going to be 3 bowls that you have to light on fire, and you only have seconds in between. So kind of figure out where they're at and try to stand in the middle one, because you're usually in some kind of formation where there's 3 that, you could easily get to. There's a certain spot you have to find. And you usually try to hit the one far off to your left or right, hit the one that's right in front of you, or you just, whatever way works for you. But that's what I would do. I would hit one far away, and then the one in front of me, and then the one off to the side. It may take a couple times to get it down pat, but you just have to find the right location to knock them all out really quick. Now, this one will require the spell Lumos. All you have to do is find these collection of butterflies all around that are glowing kind of teal. Go in front of them real close and go ahead and do the spell. Once you do the spell, hold the spell and carry them over to these pillars with the windows in them. They'll transfer inside of it and kind of light it up like a lantern. And then once you've done that, that's all you got to do for these challenges on this one. But also, you may struggle finding some of these because they may be down off the side of a hill or something, just depending on the location. If that's so, and you have a broom, like I was saying, some of the other ones, go ahead and fly above it and you'll find them that way. This next trial, you'll need the spell Flipendo. and basically it just flips things around. Pretty much what it sounds like. And you'll see these kind of stone monuments. The top of them are actually a cube that can be flipped around. Go ahead and flip it until all four corners are linked up to the corresponding one below it. So you may have it to where a couple of them are linked up, and then when you flip it, it's still not doing anything. Go ahead and walk around the other side and keep flipping it, and eventually it'll match all four sides. The next type of trial, you'll need Accio, and this is where you can manipulate things and pull them towards you, and you can make them just walk behind you basically as you run around backwards and stuff like that. So what you're gonna do, and you need to do Revelio to see these, it'll be 5 cannonballs multiple times, and you need to grab those and then take them over to these little platforms where you can see there's 4 of the cannonballs things can go right in, and then the 5th one will sit on top of it. But once you get it close to it, it'll automatically just kind of lock in like a magnet, and that's all you'll have to do for these. Definitely this is probably the most difficult because just sometimes I can't find the things, and a couple times I just had to go around on my brooms, but other than that it's really easy. It's just some of these are kind of hid really good in little ravines and things. Now for the final one you have to do. Now, of course, these are not in order. It depends on how you run across them. But the last one we're going to cover is the one where it has a giant sphere. Now, you're going to have to find where the sphere's at. And then also, too, it's kind of like a little dip where you may need to make it land into. Now, you need a Pulso or Accio in this. Just depends on which one you have, where you want to push it or pull it. And you need to find a path to knock it down to wherever it's at. So of course you'll need to find the location you need to send it to, and also the sphere you need to knock down to it. Once you do that, it's really easy, and honestly it's kind of self-explanatory. You just need to find the right path to knock it down there too, and that is literally it. Once it's in there, it finishes out those trials. So guys, I hope this helped you guys out. A lot of these, as I was doing them, I felt like crap. That was so simple, and it seemed like it was more difficult because I didn't want to do. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, like I said at the beginning of the video, and you made it this far, go ahead and drop a like if it did. And if you want more content, go ahead and hit the sub button and bell notification. But as always, guys, I'll catch you next time in the next video.